Alrighty, hello everyone, welcome to Cinderfall Gaming. Hope you're all doing well, hope you're all staying safe, and most of all, hope you're all fighting that war against the Grey. So, let's get back to painting some ogres. It's been a little while since I've done a hobby hangout. I have not been well, so we're a little bit behind schedule on where we'd want to be with these ogres, hoping to have had them finished by now, but we're going to try and smash them out tonight. Or at least get the Thunder Tusks done tonight. Because I want to get working on the Way Watchers that'll be counts as Shadow Warriors for an event I hopefully will have. So I'm not sure if I'm going to take the Wanderers, but if I can get that little bit finished, it'll probably be the army I take to the event. So yeah, if you're in the chat joining us tonight, let us know what you've been hobbying on, how you've been, what you've been doing. As I'm not 100%, but definitely feeling better than I have been. Hades, nice to see you, mate. Hope you're doing well. I am doing fine, or better at least. Been a little bit sick the past few days. Got the flu. So don't knock me out. Max Mumdes, nice to see you there, mate. Hope you're doing well. Hey, Dan. Hope you're doing well, mate. Oh, you're assembling some Thousand Suns. Nice. I do like the Thousand Suns models. Really interested in that new box for 40k, the Thousand Suns and Grey Knights, because that Castle and Crow model looks sweet. Haven't sat down and painted in over a week, and it just feels... Oh, nice, Glodan. You've got some custom decals in. Awesome. I need to get back. Like, Space Marine chapter will be on my list of things to do after this. I got to get my Empress Spears painted up so we can start having some 40k on the channel. Oh, 2 star collecting boxes of Iron Jaws Mark. Nice. That is a sweet star collecting box that you can buy. Probably another one of Steel. You can get 3 of those and they'll all be useful. 3 star collecting boxes is certainly useful for Iron Jaws. I think that's a max you'd want though, because otherwise your war channels start to become a little bit less useful after that. You could always convert up your extra war chanters into other things. Working in Lord Regent there, Hades. Nice. How goes your Daughters of Cain, Glodan? Jay Durthy, hello, mate. It's been a hot minute. It's been over a week since I streamed, probably. I missed it. But mix of real life and then getting sick. Hopefully we should be back on streaming on the regular again going forward. We have been throwing out quite a few battle reports lately, though. Been a ton of fun to play some games of 3rd edition. On that note, how has everyone been finding Age of Sigmar 3rd edition? Like, we haven't really had a bit of a chat about this. I think the last time I streamed was when we'd just gotten all like the free rules and stuff. So, Jay Durthy, I'm glad. I missed you, buddy. Seems there's a few people coming in and chatting though, which is nice. So nice to see everyone. Oh, nice. I like it. Mark Schrader, damn man. They've been living through the background. Well, I'm glad they've been like serving a purpose for some people, and they've been able to help you sort of see what the game is like. I will say, like, you have something really great to look forward to if you haven't had a chance to play because of whatever reason around the world at the current point in time. You've got a treat. It's a really good addition. I'm really enjoying the games. Still learning bits and pieces and still trying to remember all the changes. It always with a new edition, you're always going to forget stuff. But it's been good. Well, nothing's changed because I almost went to dip my paintbrush in my coffee, so nothing has changed at all. Nice. I think I'm about. No, we've just put up 10 battle reports on the channel. That's half the games I've played, probably. So. So yeah, I'm about 20 games deep in the new edition. I've got my first 2 tournaments coming up. So there'll be one, not this weekend, the weekend after I've got one. And 2 weeks after that, I've got another one. Both 2,000 points. Hopefully I can get what I need to for Wanderers. If I don't get my Wanderers done, I should have my Ogres done. So I could take my Ogres to the event and have some fun with 4 Thunder Tusks. Hasn't yet, but he's hoping to. Hobbying on Dratchet. Nice, man. She is sweet. Just double checking my paint scheme. Alright, need some annual oil. Start washing all this darker leather on these 3 Thunder Tusks. So we're going to finish off the Thunder Tusks, getting them done, then I'll get the Mornfangs done, and then we'll start working on the balls, and then I've got a couple of characters and the Iron Blaster to do, and we're done with Ogres. About 2,500 points of them. Without enough battle line, though, I believe, because I've only got 1, 2, 3 battle line. So I need to get another. Nice, Glyden. I will have a check of those. Work in progress in the Discord. Oh, nice. I like the decal on them, man. That's awesome. I'm going to be doing Empress Spears for my Space Marines. Aaron Dembski-Bowden has sold me on them. Been listening to the audiobook. Really do like the spears. Really cool chapter. Models with a good set of antlers. I mean, the only real models with antlers for Age of Sigma are the Wild Rider models. I think that's the only model with like antlers, really. Unless you could maybe find like a Kurnoth Hunter or a Tree Lord, because their branches that stick at their head could make like really cool antlers. You might be able to find someone with like a spare Tree Lord because the heads are different. Outside of AOS, don't really know. I'm beginning to look at stuff outside of AOS at the moment, though. Like for me, a game's got to have that lore that compels me to want to paint. So that's like a major reason why I do stick with Games Workshop games massively, is that their lore is just compelling. There's like nothing compares to Games Workshop in lore and story. And of course, I'm including Lord of the Rings as a Games Workshop game here because, well, it is. Realizing. You might be able to find someone with a spare Tree Lord head because they actually do use different heads. So I'd maybe have a look at trying to find someone with a Sylvaneth army and trying to get a spare Tree Lord head off them. Or actually, good set of antlers. Nomad Prince. He's got antlers on his helmet. If you're looking for like 28mm, 32mm, 28mm model, the Nomad Prince has really good antlers on his helmet. Grumbrindle hasn't united anyone yet. There's nothing in there that sort of says he has or has not. It's quite clear that he had some intentions. So it's all sort of like rumored at the moment. Yeah, Oracle Warclans is a great book. Like, for that very reason, I think it's one of the best things about Warclans. Hades or Order Serpentis is cool. I mean, they're cheap monsters, and monsters got a lot better in the edition. I think that extra D3 mortal wounds, or even like Hydras with +1 to hit, is nice because they're Hydras and Charybdis. Their biggest downside has always been force to hit. The ability to get 3s to hit on other monsters when Hydras have quite a decent amount of damage potential. Hydras are decent. Charybdis are nice as well. The Bravery Aura like debuff does matter. Like, there's a lot of stuff in Bravery is such a massive thing in the game now. I do want to put a video together, like talking about my biggest experiences. Mark, rumors are the first weekend of August pre-order. That is the rumors. And I'd say that's about right. We're going to get all this Orc stuff. Or I think we're going to get this Orc box we're getting now, quickly get maybe another release. And I think we'll be straight back into Stormcast and stuff pretty quickly. I think we're just going to get a couple of splash releases. Maybe we'll get the Grey Knights and Thousand Suns box set. Yeah, completely agree. Like, we don't know anything about changes yet. We have no idea. I mean, the only big change we know about is, of course, the Cruel Boys are in it. We know it's going to get an entire new set of allegiance, so it's going to have, as it did before, it's going to have the ability to play Iron Jaws, Bone Splitters. It will have the ability to play Cruel Boys as a pure faction, but it will have Big War, which can include any Orc models. I don't believe you can include Hobgrots in a Big War army, though. Like the way, unless they change the wording on Big War. I mean, there's 6 of them up there. Like, is it the most competitive choice at Hydra? No. Are you going to get, like, they're not bad, though. Like, I'm a strong believer in I will take what I want to take and I will make it work the best I can. I mean, I've watched some really good players take really terrible armies and do really well with them. Yeah. I do want to see some changes to Big War. It's not the most perfect allegiance. I do think Iron Jaws is perfect, though. I don't think you can change Iron Jaws and do anything better with it. Like that's dry, we get the big bits of leather done on these. Like Andrew, who does the narrative show with me, ran Order Serpentis at CanCon a couple of years ago in 2.0, and did really well. He went 4-2, beating like 2 Bone Reapers, 2 Petrifex armies, with a literally pure Order Serpentis army in Evilgard. So I definitely do think there's definite play in Serpentis. Being a good player, like playing your army well and knowing what your army can do goes a long way. You You can take artifacts to the Mega Boss, but Godrak is an absolute beast of a model. Like Godrak will do well, and I fully expect him to get some sweet upgrades. Yeah, I definitely see the Shadow Stalkers are interesting. I don't think they're, for me, when I look at Hakuron, I always think to take two priests, because now like a lot of the Dark Elf models have a high volume of attacks. Curse goes really well with a lot of the Dark Elf models. Like Corsairs make great use of it. Dark Shards make good use of it. Even like Blackguard make really good use of it because they got a lot of attacks. They got good range and stuff like that. But Hakuron's definitely, I think Hakuron, like with the ability to take prayers, because your Daughters of Cain Priest can take prayers in there now, is a really big bonus for it. The ability to take like heal and protect and all those. Give like 6-up wards out to units, give curse. Morgrave's cool. She's no longer as cheap as she once was. I would check the FAQ if you haven't already to see her new points cost. She also does take up 2. You got to remember when including her, she takes up 2 units because you have to include her retinue with her. So by taking Morgrave, you instantly, just her and her retinue that has to be bought alongside her, you instantly need 8 units in your army. So that's something to be wary of when taking Morgrave. For me, I like a Hag Queen and a Slaughter Queen. I think Slaughter Queens and Hag Queens are really nice. Finest Hour on them can be really cool as well, like because they can use that prayer to give themselves the extra D3 attacks or the D3 damage or whatever it is. They can buff themselves up nicely, which is cool. They can become little wrecking balls. Like the Hag Queen can, we'll find. She is an extra drop. Her retinue is a unit, but it means you're having to take more models. So this means to take Morgrave and another Dark Elf unit. I mean, at the moment there's loopholes that probably will get addressed eventually. Although, do cities have Daughters of Cain as allies still? Can't remember. There's a loophole sort of there where, like, technically they've got Daughters of Cain as allies, so you can ally in a Daughters of Cain unit. So that's where you ally in like units rather than characters, because you let the character stay so they get access to generic. So they can take artifacts and stuff, and then you ally in the units. Yeah, so they don't count as battle line. They also don't count as your singular hero. They also can't be your general. However, they count as having those roles. So, say if there's something, destroy a battle line unit in your opponent's starting army. If they are battle line, that counts as destroying a battle line unit. It just doesn't count towards a battle line unit for your army composition. Just can't count as one of those 3 that you need in a 2K army. Yeah, there's ways around it. I might make a video up talking about like coalition units because there's been a few little things that I want to make some just easy clarity videos on talking about. Similar sort of questions to yours I see getting asked a lot, or similar statements of like I don't quite understand. And there's some that like once you figure it out, it's easy, but it is like they haven't exactly worded some stuff nicely, or they've had to word it so heavily to stop people getting loopholes. I really enjoyed painting up my ogres though. I can't wait to get these guys on the table and on the channel. I've got some cool ogre artwork that we got done over Frostlord. Working on getting the last of my characters, so we've got every army represented on the channel with a nice little artwork piece. Hope people have been enjoying seeing all the different artworks come. Got a game tomorrow night. I'm going to be playing against a Corn army tomorrow. So I'll have Battle of What up. I just got to wait on artwork for that one to come out. Peter, hello, mate. I'm doing well. I hope you're doing well as well, mate. It's been a while since I've streamed, actually. Probably a couple of weeks, actually. Just had a little bit of a break from streaming. Mixture of sick and just real life stuff, doing other things. But yeah, I am doing well. Oh, nice. Slaves to Darkness army. Awesome. Jay Durthy, enjoy your lawn mowing. I wish I could mow my lawn. It's starting to get a little bit big, but we've had like 4 days of non-stop rain and thunderstorms here. So that lawn will not be getting mowed until it's probably too tall and going to murder my lawnmower. Hellish in Scotland. Ouch. I mean, it's all right. It's not too bad in Scotland, isn't it? I mean, England lost, so haven't you got like that to celebrate? I mean, isn't Scotland like still celebrating England lost the Euros? So it'd be like a national day of celebration. Mark, it is definitely cold here. It is most certainly cold in South Australia. Yeah. Not just that, like, there's so much with that football that's just like stupid. Like, they're not good enough to like represent England. I'm like, it's the best an English team's been in. Like, they're doing better than the Golden Generation ever did, with a far more average squad. And I mean, like, there's some really good players in that England squad there. A lot of them are really young and have really good futures ahead of them. However, you look at that squad that they had there, that they've had at that World Cup and they've had it this Euro, compared to like the Golden Generation when you had Lampard, Gerrard, Scholes, Owen, and all like, and Terry and Ferdinand and all that. And it's like the team is not as good on paper as that team, and they've done better. Like, it's an absolute shambles. I think England thinks it's bigger than it is in the world of football. Flipped over a Thunder Tusk. I think the landscape's just shifting. Like, a lot of teams are in transition at the moment in football. Like, you look at like Germany, their team's young. Everyone, like, there's just a lot of young teams. Spain's young, Italy's young. Like, anyway, enough football. Let's get back onto the Warhammer. Speaking of Mornfangs, the Mornfang Cav in Total War 2. I can't say I play too much Total War. I'm not a massive video game person, in all honesty. Although, that being said, I have been dabbling back into Skyrim lately, but that's because I may be interested by something else. I was talking before how, like, a reason why I'm invested so much in Warhammer is because the story there is strong. And I find it hard to find another game that's got such a compelling story to it. Except Elder Scrolls. That world, like, it's a fantasy world. It's got a massively compelling setting. I really dig Elder Scrolls as a setting. So I'm looking at getting the Elder Scrolls tabletop game. I'm going to give it a crack. I like the models, so at the very least, it's going to be pretty models to paint. But I really want to give it a crack and have a look at what that is all about. Yeah, Game of Thrones is another one I'm like definitely interested in. Like, once again, the lore and story is there. Slaves are certainly worth it. I think slaves are one of the best. Like, slaves, I don't think any army came out better out of the points and FAQ than Slaves to Darkness did. They, and like the ability to take beasts. No, you can't take beasts and slaves, but like you can take them as allies. But like, I think slaves are really solid in 3.0. I think you've got a lot of potential with slaves in the game now. And yeah, I want to try the Elder Scrolls game. Give it a crack. I do have 40k and all the rings that I want to get going, and we'll probably start doing a bit of both on the channel as well. 40k and all the rings, and then all the side games like I play Warcry, I play Underworlds already. Dave, you're welcome, mate. I'm glad you've been enjoying the channel and you found it helpful. Hi, GSB, getting starter boxes. Yeah, grab that starting box. They're awesome. That would be sweet, Hades. I mean, the last good game I played for Warhammer was Space Marine. Like, you can say what you want. I thought Space Marine was great. It was a bit linear, but it was fun. You got to play as Space Marine and blow people up with a bolter. It was great. I absolutely love Space Marine, the game. Just double checking what my highlight is. Scrag Brown. This one? Oh, look at that. There you go. Peter, like, it could be interesting. Like, Sigma could be more relatable. Like, this is how you can make Sigma relatable. Mr. Eliwu, thank you very much, mate. Have a good day at work. Yeah, I think that's a safe thing to predict, Hades. I would say most of these characters. I really do hope with the Soul Wars box set that they do the split and turn them into 2 star collecting boxes, much like they did with the previous ones. I thought that was really cool. Hey, you can go pick up the Corn one if you wanted it. You can go pick up the Stormcast one if you wanted it. There's some really cool models in those box sets. I want to do a painting challenge of painting up the original starter set for Age of Sigmar. Yeah, like these boxes won't be as good value as Dominion. Like, Dominion will be the best value box there is. I'm interested in the larger starter box. I think that'll be a pickup for me. Just grab all that extra terrain. So, I'm planning to do a couple of star collecting challenges, or like painting. Yeah, you're not going to get that many stab grots. If you've seen the artwork on the channel, though, I did pick the killer boss with stab grot. He's got his little stab grot over his shoulder. I mean, if you've got $1,300 to spend on stab grots, you spend that money on stab grots. Yeah, that's about right, Hades. Funny money, dollars. Dollars is the correct way to do it. You get rid of that pound stuff. I am not much of a tabletop simulator player myself. I mean, I'm in a lucky position where I don't need to play tabletop simulator to play games. So that's probably why it's never appealed to me at all. Nah. We're doing just fine out here. To be fair, like, cost of Warhammer is not as bad as it sounds like on other countries when you do the conversions. Like, it doesn't work out because like minimum wage is huge over here compared to every other countries. I've had this discussion with people before, like, oh, you pay so much for Warhammer. I'm like, we also get paid a lot more than most people. So yeah. So who's gone in on the new Stormcast? Like, who's got one? Mark, thank you very much, mate. Yeah, like it's wish listing, but when I wish list, I try to think realistic when I wish list. Like, there's some things that'll just never happen, but I'd like to think like that Oric one. I was like pretty happy with like everything I sort of talked about in it. Really do hope we see changes to Big Wire to really encourage you to play the 3 different ways and bring it together and like playing each of the ways together. No worries, Peter. Have a good night, mate. But yeah, so I've got a couple of tournaments coming up in South Australia, so that I want to attend. Just Age of Sigmar at this point in time. I do need to get some 40k painted up and maybe go have a crack at a 40k tournament or something. Yeah, I mean, that'd be sweet. I think the big one, the one I really liked, is the idea of having like Gloomspike hits as like a 1 in 4, one particular sub-faction giving like Gloomspike hits to allow you to play like old orcs and goblins would be really sweet, I think. Something I really love about like the city's armies, as I was mentioning in the video. Don't forget, if you're watching as well, guys, to drop a like on the video. All of that helps people find the channel and come and join and chat with us when they can. So if you haven't, so Maximunda's like I do like Space Marines. Space Marines, like, I'm currently painting up some Emperor's Spears. I started and got a couple of them painted up. I've got to go back and finish them. I've got half a Dark Imperium, one of the Dreadnoughts, the new Redemptor, whatever it's called. I've got an Indomitus half, and then Eldar are my 40k favorite. I like Eldar. I mean, I like elves. It should make sense to people that I like space elves as well. Eldar, and then I've also, obviously, because I've got Indominus, I've got Necrons, and I've also got a little bit of Harlequins as well. Space Marine wise, like, I like the Emperor Spears. I was just reading I'm currently listening to Aaron Dempsey Bowden's book. I read like the narrative that they had in the White Dwarf and was pretty sold on them for Emperor Spears. But I'm like, you have to pick like a first founding chapter, and Blood Angels all the way. Blood Angels, probably followed by Raven Guard. I don't really like Raven Guard in modern 40k. I like Heresy Raven Guard are my thing. Raven Guard and Alpha Legion are my like Heresy favorites. But I like the Blood Angels, and in particular, I like the Blood Drinkers. So I'll probably end up painting some Blood Drinkers as well. The Blood Drinker fascination comes from playing Deathwatch RPG with some mates when I was younger, and I had a Blood Drinkers character. So probably like to do some Blood Drinkers again at some point. Chaos, it's Alpha Legion win hands down for me with Chaos. Swatovec, we just don't know at this point. Like, we have no idea what the Oracle clans are going to give us. I think Crawl Boys will be fine. They do a lot of mortal wounds. They've got some good ranged output of mortal wounds as well. They've got the ability to distribute that power of mortal wounds across the table. I think a lot of people are sleeping on Crawl Boys. I think they'll do pretty well. I definitely don't think you'll need to be taking Kragnos to make them competitive. I think they'll be competitive in their own right. Now, top tier competitive, like winning a tournament, is a completely different thing to being competitive. I generally view competitive as the ability to play the game against any army. That's how I... Can you play the game and have a chance to win? Hey, Chris, nice to see you there, mate. Hope you're doing well, mate. I know it's been a little bit of time between drinks doing the hobby hangouts, but hopefully we should be doing them a lot more frequent again. I've decided that I can't guarantee like when I can get days free to do them. It'll just be like if I haven't got a game booked, I'm just sitting painting. I'll be doing a hobby stream. How are you today, Chris? Though, what are you up to? Yeah, like they got some sweet models. I love those crocodile things. I cannot wait to get my hands on them. I got this to finish. I've got my Shadow Warriors and like little bits and pieces for my Wanderers to hopefully knock out before a tournament. Then I got a Squig army I've got to paint up, and then we'll be able to start cracking. Hopefully, get all that done before August. Maybe we'll see. And then we can start working on like Crawl Boys and Stormcast as the releases come out. Yeah, he seems pretty cool. Yeah, I'm really keen to find out more about the Crawl Boys and what's happening. We'll see. I really want to get back to getting my painting like picked up. These ogres should be done hopefully in the next day. I mean, you don't get anywhere without being ambitious. Ambitious would say we're going to hit 10K by the end of the year on the channel. That's ambitious, and we're going to do it. We know we are. We're getting there. We're halfway to 6,000. We're over 6,500 now. So hopefully we can push on towards that big 10K. That would be amazing to hit that by the end of the year. It's actually a mate's army I'm painting up for him. I got a bunch of Dark Elves off him. Like, a bunch of my Dark Elves came from him, and I'm painting up a Squig army for him. But you'll see it on the channel anyway. It's just a mix of like all the Squig models. So it's like Squig hoppers. I don't think there's any like random list. It's just like a random amalgamation of models he's got. That's roughly about 2,000 points. But yeah, Squig army should be a ton of fun to paint. I can paint it up nice and quick for my mate. And we'll get some Squigs on the channel. Yeah, Squig army's a ton of fun. I painted up like 10 Squigs for my own Gloom Spider army. You've probably seen on the channel before. So I look forward to painting up some more Gloom Spite. I've got my own Gloom Spite that I've got to paint up at some point. I'm going to get cracking on some terrain as well soon for my GT. Some Zandri dust now. Vinny, hello, mate. Painting is going well. It's good to be back at my paint desk. I've not been feeling too crash hot. Life's just gotten a bit in the way for hobby hangouts anyway, and painting and all that sort of stuff over the past couple of weeks. But it's good to be back at my paint desk and painting up models again. You miss it. It really does leave like a little bit of a hole when I don't have it to do. Ugh, that sounds horrible, Vinny. I hope you're okay, mate, and hope you feel better soon. Do you know what I mean? Dominion is sweet. I like both sides of it. I mean, we all know I like Stormcast, but the Cruel Boys are really hit. I'm really keen on them. Something about those Krill boys has just stuck them for me. So yeah, I really look forward to getting the Krill boys and working on them. Oh no, yeah, like I've seen that. You know the Krill boys, like a lot of people say Lord of the Rings orcs, but you know they look to me as if they've come straight out of something like Dark Crystal or Labyrinth. To me, like, that's what I see in them. That's what I see. That's what I think of when I look at the Krill boys, is like Dark Crystal and Labyrinth. Yeah, I think I'm just going to go with the standard scheme for the Krill boys. I do like the standard scheme on them. It's one of those things too. Like everyone says they don't want to do the standard scheme because they're like everyone will do the standard scheme, and it turns out no one ever does. It's like Seraphon. My mate painted Seraphon exactly like the box art, and everyone going, "Oh, I don't I don't want to paint my army like the box art." And his is still to the day the only Seraphon army I've seen painted exactly like the box art. Because everyone gets the opinion of going, "Oh, I don't want to be different, and I want to paint the box art." That just by doing the box art, you're generally different because no one else is copied. Unless you're like a poster boy army. So like Hammers of Sigmar and Ultramarines, there's plenty of them out there. Look forward to like painting up and getting some games in with the Cruel Boys and stuff though. Yeah, Age of Sigmar does give you a lot of choice with like painting what you want and how you want. Look, I get the like paint up. If you want to play Ultramarines, paint your models up like Ultramarines. I get that. I really do. So I have given you custom rules for a reason, like the ability to make custom chapters for a reason there. For me, if I want to play Ultramarines, I'm going to paint up some Ultramarines. Tell you what, 40k wise, what I am interested for 40k is I'm quite interested in Kill Team. I've always liked Kill Team, so be looking forward to do that. Nice. What's a good thing if they're mostly like metal dark elves, you should be able to snap those square bases down the middle. They should snap, pop off nice and easy, all those metal ones. I do love transferring metal models over to round bases. It was so easy. You just grab both corners and just snap them. Snap the bases in half. Nice fall on my tracksuit. That's good to hear. I'm really looking forward to the new Kill Team set. I mean, it's got Death Corps of Krieg models in it. I am really sold on that. I love Krieg. I'd love a stable without Hounds. That'd be so much cooler. But pretty happy with that. However, coming up to an hour and a half, it's getting close to midnight where I am in the world. So I'm going to leave these ogres here for tonight, and we might be back tomorrow night, maybe, depending on how late my game goes and what work I have to do to get the game up and ready for people to watch. But I want to say thank you to everyone for coming and joining and hanging out with me tonight. It's been good to do a hobby hangout again, get back into the swing of things. Like I said, I'm not going to commit to any regular schedule. It'll be when I have time. So hopefully 2 or 3 times a week. Hobby hangouts. Thursday nights are generally going to be one of the nights. It'll be nights where hopefully I don't have work the next day. And so, yeah, thank you all for coming and watching. Thank you to everyone who supports the channel via Patreon and YouTube members. We've got a couple of our YouTube members in there. We will have some emotes coming for the channel soon. So those of you, the YouTube members, will be able to use some emotes soon, which will be great. But other than that, stay safe, everyone. Stay well. And most of all, keep fighting that war against the grey. Ciao for now.